Gaming news publications are dying!
And I'm absolutely shocked. Shocked and appalled.
Well, not that shocked.
So it looks like it is finally happening. The absolute falling apart of gaming journalism over the past, and I know I've been off the internet for a little, just for the most part over the past couple weeks, but to come back and see so much one-sided celebration over the death of a medium, it's crazy. Gaming news journalism has been on the downturn for so long because these journalists keep talking shit about gamers. You know, they call us racist and sexist, and some people really actually are. But for the most part, people just want the games that they love. And so when I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw this article pop up, this gamers support the people and sites you love before it's too late. The thing is that it was too late a while ago. This is something that's been a long time coming. And I don't understand why. I shouldn't say so many people, because for the most part, most gamers aren't shocked by this, but I'm shocked that there are still people out there that are like, I don't understand how this is happening. I mean, at one point, we as gamers did support these publications. We did support, you know, the sites that we love, the journalists that we love and everything, back when they actually wrote articles about the games instead of constantly writing articles about, you know, why this gaming group is racist, or why, you know, this feminist thing is amazing for gaming, and why this group is terrible. You know, once you started doing all of that stuff, nobody's gonna care about your downfall. And to sit there, the absolute, like, I don't know if the word is arrogance for you, and it might not be, but for you to be the one to proverbially put the knife in the gamer's back, and then when they turn away from you, when they decide to never fuck with you again, then you're sitting here with your hand out begging for people to come back. You know, we're sorry. You know, we could do better. Like, support us. And it's like, no, why would anybody support you? And the other thing about it is, like, it's not even just the fact that, you know, people don't really like outlets like Kotaku or Polygon or whatever. It's also the fact that these publications aren't going to get the traffic that they used to, because nobody actually goes to their sites anymore, because they're just going to find a YouTuber to talk about it. So they're really just getting hit on both sides, and one of those sides they're hitting themselves. You know, you got one side of people not going to your site because YouTubers are just going to make videos about it anyway, and then the other side is you hitting yourself by talking shit about gamers. And I don't think there really is any way to really, like, fix this, because even if there was some big Thanos snap upheaval of all gaming journalists that or journalist sites that made articles like, you know, what gamers hate, even if all those just take the site out, chop them all off, and hire all new people that are only going to talk about games, I don't know if it would really save these companies, because the names have just been tainted. You know, anytime you hear the name Polygon or Kotaku or something like that, it's just the name itself is tainted. You kind of gotta, like, you kind of gotta make your own brand new publication that focuses purely on gaming, like Game Informer, although Game Informer is an older one. But, you know, people loved Game Informer because it was always just about the games. Now, I don't know, maybe they did do some articles like that. I personally don't know about them. Every time I've ever, you know, obviously you had the Game Informer magazine, but outside of that, I don't think I ever heard about them doing like a scathing article, you know, calling out gamers or something. And then you got articles like this, which I actually somewhat agree with this. The losing Polygon is a huge blow to gaming journalism. I think that is true, and not just in the sense of, like, not just in the sense that a lot of gamers feel where, you know, it's a good blow to gaming journalism because, you know, fuck gaming journalists. But I think on the flip side of that, I think it's bad because, not just because obviously people are getting laid off, but there's a lot of, you know, that's one more gaming news outlet that people can't make videos off of because they're not writing, you know, stupid articles or whatever. you know, there is a bit of a loss there. And, you know, as always, you know, plots out to the people who lost their jobs because of this. But, you know, that olive branch can only really be extended to select people that are probably nameless and faceless, because the main people is one of those things where it's like, you know, this select people that were pushing the articles that people got really upset about all the time, or were calling, you know, gamers racist or whatever. They're the ones that kind of screwed everybody over, kind of, you know, just like with a game where, you know, the lead writer or the actress or whatever comes out and says some crazy shit on Twitter, and now everybody doesn't want to play the game. Well, now what you've done is you've fucked over all the devs that worked hard on that had nothing to do with any of that, and they just clocking in at their 9 to 5. Unfortunately, as much as people wouldn't want to admit it, there is a symbiosis with gaming journalism and the gaming space, especially YouTubers. You know, YouTubers need gaming journalists to, you know, make videos from their articles or whatever, and gaming journalists need gamers to look at their articles and, you know, to make money. All right, quick edit here, since I know somebody's gonna say it in the comments. When I say YouTubers need gaming journalists, I'm talking specifically about YouTubers who do exclusively gaming news type of content. Those are the people I'm talking about. Not like your normal gameplay YouTuber. So, you know, there's a bit of a symbiosis there. But when one side, you know, turns away from the other, or when both sides kind of turn away from each other, then, you know, there's no fruit to be born there. So I offer the question to you, the viewer. Do you think that any publication could possibly turn themselves around maybe after getting bought or whatever? Just at some point, do you think that they could turn it around, or do you think just the entire journalist space is just, it's cooked, it's done, there's nothing that we can do about it, you just basically got to throw it all out? Do you think that the recent purchase of Polygon, do you think that will turn them around? Do you think that these publications that have the bad stigma on them, do you think that they can turn it around and get gamers to love them again? Or do you think that they're done, it's over, gamers will never really listen to them with a enthusiastic ear? It'll always be go into their articles to dunk on them because they're probably saying something stupid. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all take care.